Hi, we're gonna jump into a lower body circuit today. So the way this is gonna work is there's gonna be circuit A, circuit B, and circuit C. Circuit A is gonna have 4 exercises. You're gonna do 10 repetitions of each exercise and then rest. Then you go back to the top, do 10 repetitions of each exercise again, and go back to the top. So you're doing 3 rounds of each exercise. I'm gonna demonstrate the exercises for you, and then you can press pause on the video and get started. When you're done with 3 rounds, you're gonna come back here and press play for the next circuit. So let me take you through it. For today's workout in general, all you need is a looped band of some sort. You can tie a band up. An elevated surface. I have yoga blocks here. You can always use a textbook, a stair at home, anything like that. And then a pair of socks and a wood floor. This also sometimes works on carpet, but if you're on carpet, you might take paper plates underneath your heels, and I'll show that is in circuit B. For circuit A, all you need is the band. You're gonna take the band and put it around your ankles. I'm gonna start kind of at the edge of your space with your feet hips width distance apart. And you're gonna get into a really nice athletic stance. So knees slightly bent, hips back a little bit, feet pressing into the ground. You always wanna keep a little bit of tension on the band. You're then gonna take about 4 or 5 steps in one direction and back, depending on how wide your space is. So you're gonna take a big step, little step, big step, little step. You're gonna go about the length of a yoga mat. And then you go back, big step, little step, big step, little step. Notice how I never bring my feet all the way to touch. I always keep that tension on the band. When I get back to where I started, I'm gonna do 10 body weight squats. So you're gonna sit back and stand. Back and stand, making sure your feet are really active, pressing through your whole foot, and you're gonna do 10 repetitions here. When you're done with 10 squats, you're gonna turn and face the length of your mat, feet hips width distance apart once again, that athletic stance, knees bent, butt back, and a little tension on the band. Then you're gonna take a step forward and to the side, together back to hips width distance apart. Forward to the side, together. Forward, together. The key is that you're stepping together between each one. So you're not doing whoop, around the worlds. You're doing a nice diagonal line. Then you're gonna go back, together, back, together, back, together, back. You'll go all the way back, there and back, 1 time. Then you're gonna bring your feet hips width distance apart once again. And we're gonna do 10 calf raises without holding on to something. So lifting all the way up onto your toes and back down. Up and down. The band can stay on just for simplicity's sake, but if you're really struggling with balance, you can take the band off. You really want to make sure you're getting height and equal height on both feet. After that, you take about a 30 to 45 second rest, and then you go back to the top. Band walking, squats, forward walking, calf raises. You're gonna do 3 rounds of that, and then rest. When you're ready, you're gonna press pause on this video. This next screen will show you all the exercises written out, and you're gonna do circuit A. When you come on back, I'll explain circuit B. See you then. Welcome back to circuit B. For this round, all you need is a set of socks or something you can slide in. We will put them on towards the end. Actually, you can put them on now, but just make sure you have something sliding nearby if you don't have socks. So our workouts for this session are going to be side lunges, goddess squats, and hamstring curls on the floor. Those are what the socks are for. For side lunges, you're gonna start at one side of your mat. You're gonna take a step out, big step out. This knee that you stepped out with is gonna bend. Butt back, chest forward. I like to reach my arms forward to counterbalance, and then I'm gonna step back to touch. Step out, bend that knee, send your butt back, come on back to touch. You're going to sit as low as you possibly can and then explode out. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you can come to balance here. If you want to make it harder, you can also add a weight in your opposite hand to tap down. You're going to do 10 on one side and then 10 on the other. That bringing the knee into your chest is a way to challenge your balance a little bit more and power up. 10 on each side. Then you're going to come into a goddess squat. Your feet are going to be wider than your hips, toes out at about a 45-degree angle. Your knees are going to be pressing out over your toes as you sit all the way down and back up. Torso stays fairly upright here. Knees continue to press out even as you get tired. You're going to be doing 10 repetitions here. You can always increase the difficulty by grabbing a kettlebell or a dumbbell and holding it to your chest and adding some weights. So 10 of those. The last part of this circuit is going to be a bridge to a hamstring slide out. So knees will be bent, feet flat. You're going to press down through your heels, lift your hips and hold. And then you're going to slide your heels out all the way down until your butt touches the floor. Then you're going to bend your knees back up, hips lift, slide out. So you don't want it to be a super fast slide. You want it to be a little bit slower so you're controlling your descent to the ground. 10 of those. So that is 10 side lunges on each side, 10 goddess squats, 10 hamstring curls. You're going to do 3 rounds of that and then come back for circuit C. So when you're ready, press pause and I'll see you in circuit C. Enjoy. Welcome to circuit C. For this round, all you need is an elevated surface. Like I said, you can use yoga blocks, you can use textbooks, you can use stairs, whatever you need. Our first workout is going to be a step up. You want to make sure your heel's on the ground, even if you're on the height, even if your toes are hanging off. You're going to press through your heel and lift your opposite knee to your chest and back down. This isn't super high, so it's not super challenging for me, but the surface is a little unstable, so that adds more of a challenge. If you have a chair even, you can use that. You'll do 10 on one side and then 10 on the other. You can also increase the intensity of this by holding onto 2 dumbbells in each hand, adding a little bit extra weight. From there, you're probably going to lower the height just a little bit, and we're going to do heel taps. So once again, your heels on the ground, your toes might be off the edge, and you're going to sit back and tap your opposite heel forward. Come to stand. Sit back, stand. So if you look at it from this side, weight comes back and stand. 10 on one side, 10 on the other. The last bit, you're gonna ditch your blocks and you're gonna do some lateral hops. You're gonna start on one leg, jump to the other. Jump, jump. Landing and moving fast. You don't need to tap this opposite toe down. You actually wanna keep it lifted. You're gonna do 10 hops on each side for a total of 20. So 10 step ups on each side, 10 step downs or heel taps, 10 lateral hops. You're gonna do that for 3 rounds and then you're done. So when you're ready, get going. Enjoy.